This is it. This is how I'm feeling. This is what I am now. This is what I become. This is what this has done to me. Okay, hello. So, I mean, obviously, many people have already seen it already, but I wanted to do just, gosh, I just look awful, and my crow shirt is showing off my cleavage. Anyway, maybe I can make the camera go, yeah, it's better, I think. Anyway, so yes, the review of Kingsglaive, basically, aka founder of Tears. I don't know where to begin. First, I want to begin saying lots of profanity to this, because you may know, but I curse all the time. So if you do not like that, do not watch. And also do not watch if you don't want spoilers. I do not know how I can review this movie without giving spoilers, okay? If you want a gist of what the movie's about, this. Okay, no, it's more than that, but still. So, let's see. Where do it begin? I swear to God, when you see a movie like this so many times and it's like 2 hours, you're like, how does it start again? Okay, so basically maybe probably everyone saw the first 12 minutes because IGN uploaded it, which was like, I feel like they were just teasing us, but anyway, it starts with the flashback of, well, it basically gives the rundown of Lucius, then the flashback of Noctis going to Luna's hometown, which is Tenebrae. I know it's pronounced Tenebrae or whatever, but I never say any of the names right. And then there's an invasion from Niflheim. Basically, Glocka kills Ravus' mom, and that's what makes him go crazy later. I mean, I know it is an excuse, but anyway, I'll go into that later. So, you know, Luna stays behind because she's a precious baby, and she's awesome, and she literally just decides to be held captive because she doesn't want to cause problems, because she's awesome like that. And then we go to this invasion, a huge scene of action, blah blah blah, where we're introduced to most of the Glaive. I do not remember a lot of the names, forgive me, okay? But of course I remember this guy's name. This is Nyx Ulrich, who you should just remember, study that face, just study it. Okay, then there's other people like Luce, oh my god, I want to say Titus, but I'm not sure if that's Luce's last name or first, whatever, Penne, from Penela, I'm sorry, I don't know the name. Libertas, people like that, and you just get introduced to them being a badass. Of course, then you get to see right away Nyx's genuine side when he goes off to go help that dog out there. When he goes out to help Libertas, who gets his legs crushed, basically becomes, he just cannot walk the whole rest of the movie. It's really depressing, actually. So, and then of course Q, also Crow. How could I forget? Precious baby. Literally Crow. Save Crow 2016. Alright, then Q Drados being the typical, like, you were nothing without the king. You were worthless. And Nyx is just there like, alright, I mean, what the fuck? Then I believe the next scene is about the time where Izunia wants to speak to King Regis about, you know, peace. Right away, it's a red flag, because if he's from the opposing side, who has always hated them, and they want to offer peace, pretty much they don't want to offer peace. But he suggests, I want all your land, number one, and second, I want your son to marry Luna Bay. I mean, come on, like, you can't say no to that, right? And Regis is like, you know, I don't know what to fucking do right now, but I can't really say no. So you know what? I know you're lying, but let me say yeah because I'm slick and I'm gonna get you anyway. Basically, is his plan. Is what I think. And then, wait, what happens after that? I think then it goes off to see the Glaive, you know, out of work. They're partying in some, I guess where they live, which is it Galahad? I don't know how to say that either. I just know it's spelled Gala HD. That's it. And so they're having a party. They're eating and stuff. One of the Glaive starts talking like, oh, the king doesn't care about us, blah blah blah, all that shit, you know, yada yada, blase blase. Then there's this part, I'm probably not talking in order, but I'm just giving my rundown of feelings through this movie. Then we have Luna trying to leave, probably wanted to tell Noctis goodbye. And also, I think there was a thing that said she wanted to tell him what she is afraid of, something, remember, about the stars and whatnot. I don't know. Damn motherfucking cars. when I tell him about the stars and whatnot. And Robin's is like, I do not want to book granting you permission to leave your quarters. Bitch, what? Like, he didn't even, like, use force. She just pushed her in there, like, whatever. And he was like, you know what? I'll deal with this later, motherfucker. Back up. And it is really sad. I mean, I feel like he cares for her, but Robus is really just, right now, you know, focused on revenge, even though clearly Regis did not kill his mom. It was Glocka, but he's just, his mind is exploding. Then we have the news of Regis accepting the treaty, and the Glaive are like, what the hell? He doesn't care about us. He doesn't love us. All that stuff. I understand the frustration, but, you know, then I don't know which Glaive, one of the Glaives spit on Nyx, and I'm like, literally, that's what I say. Whatever that means in this day and time. And also Crow is sent off on a mission, which, okay, here's my problem. Crow baby dies, right? And obviously a lot of people are mad about that, not just because she's a great character. And there's a lot of people who were saying it's messed up because they had to pick the woman, right? But what I just find messed up is how her death is probably just used for shock effect. Because they choose her, one and only, to go and escort Luna, right? So they go drive her off, abandon her in this wherever place, and just as she's about to leave, another van just comes and probably brutally murders her. And then when this is found out, we see her dead body. Oh my god. Oh. And, you know, Lourdes is crying and whatnot. Drados is like, she was a good Glaive. We'll investigate. Bitch, motherfucker. Shouldn't you be more like, if you actually cared, like, what the hell happened? Like, it was just, they should have at least made it that, like, there was a note near her, or someone said, this is a warning, or something, to make it, like, a really big effect. But it was just, she's dead. That's it. Deal with it. It was sad and shocking, and you have to remember this whole time that she's dead, and you're like, how? Does it, what? I think she dies, like, within the 40 minutes of the film? No, even before that. It's like, why did you make me so attached to her? Why did you make her so sweet and beautiful? And then she dies. Literally, that's the one death that should have just been avoided. Even though at the end of this, all the Glaives died, like, you made it so important that she, like, we see how she died and how we should be connected with her. I don't understand. She shouldn't have died. It doesn't make any sense. I think then we proceed onward with, there's many parts I'm probably skipping, like Nyx talking to the soldier, them insulting them, calling them immigrants, Dratos saying some other shit about plans he has and pretending to care. But then we have the party scene, which is basically kind of similar to the Versus 13 scene with Stella and Noctis. But yeah, Adolis makes his way like, oh, Regis, thank you for inviting me. And we're just like, nah, I'm going to pretend to be nice and just look at you and smile, but inside I wish you were dead. Yeah. And then Nyx and Luna talk. Okay, I know people say they watch this movie and don't see it, but because I just have this shipper blood and I look deep into things, I look into every scene they have together as important, so yahar. Also, this reminds me, I just totally glossed over this important part that made me emotional. When Luna and Regis reunited, like, it was just so beautiful. I don't know why. When they just see each other again, and they're smiling, and then she's talking about how, you know, her duty is her destiny, and she wants Noctis to be safe. I'm like, heart. You know, Regis is just so broken because he just wants them to be happy. Don't they deserve it? Anyway, back to the scene with Nyx and Luna. You know, just talking like, oh, so you're my guard, blah, 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 all that stuff. But it was a pretty sweet scene. They just talk simply. And then, you know, Nyx gives Luna a hairpin, which Crow was going to give to Luna. It was just a precious scene. It was precious. Precious is what it is. And then Luna looks up at the moon, prays for Noctis' safety, and then Glocka's like, you're a fucking fool. And she's like, I'm not afraid of you. You really have no importance to me. Basically how that scene went down. But she gets captured, but no one really knows yet. And so it's the day of the treaty. Nyx is, you know, chilling out because he's in guard duty. And then one of the glaives, like, Niflheim just left, but Luna wasn't with them. And Nyx is like, kick it into gear. I forget his name. I'm sorry because I'm so bad with names. But one of the very awesome glaives, helped him out because, you know, he figured out, okay, something's wrong, so he gets the coordinates of all this shit of where Luna would be, blah blah blah. He goes convinces the king, like, they're gonna fucking try to, you know, invade, and they have the princess, so deploy the glaive. And King Regis Venture's like, yes, do it now, I see it now. So the glaive go and try to go get Luna while Niflheim is making their way in. Regis and Adolis have this amazing chat, like, just so sassy. I mean, I see where Noctis gets his sarcasm and slickness from. Like, Regis was like, oh, something has been stolen, but don't worry, it remains intact. I'm like, bitch, I know what you're talking about. Also, I found it so hilarious when they were whispering to each other. So, like, one of Adolis' men informed him that the glaive were infiltrating the ship. He literally leaned down and you hear, but, like, you heard the words, but it wasn't, you know, when you whisper in a film, you're supposed to not hear it. And then even when Claris was telling Regis, Luna was safe. And I'm like, okay, whatever. It's a way to be subtle. Like, that guy didn't hear it beside him. Even though he's old, his ears, I'm sure, heard that little whisper. Anyway, it was a trap. Of course it's a trap. They're not going to just let you easily take the princess. As soon as they took the princess, boom, explosion in Lucius. There's fighting going on. Regis and his crew are fighting for their life. Adolis, I think, just escapes because I don't know where the fuck he went. He just left with Azunia and went to go get the crystal. Which, by the way, the crystal, you know, because they put a bomb in the room, exploded. It didn't, like, destroy, but it destroyed the whole wall of Insomnia. And when it shows it, it's like, that was a big fucking wall. I mean, I was just thinking, like, I don't know, not like that. That was just huge. Like, damn. But, anyway, so back with Luna Bay, you find out a lot of the glaives are traitors. They've killed the other glaives. The glaives are just fighting each other, blah, blah, blah. Basically, all of them literally just die. They're dead, except Nyx, who is, you know, trying to protect Luna. Luna's being a badass, like, I can handle my fucking self, but he's still watching her, and there's all this sass going on, especially, like, riding the airship. He's like, bitch, please move over. And she's like, I have no fear of death. And he's like, oh my god, like, I want to kiss her, but, like, she's fucking... But that's what makes women desirable, when they play hard to get. Anyway, she's really awesome in that scene, like, when she was saying she doesn't fear death, and she just jumped off the thing, and Nyx is like, okay, this is happening, I guess. But when they make it a Regis, he basically, Glauca killed all his men, and they showed specifically Claris, which is Gladios' dad, stabbed against the wall, and I was like, oh my god. And then Ravus comes in, who's like, just out of nowhere, because he's there for the ring. He's like, I have thy ring, give me your power, and then, his freaking arm just burns off, and I just found the scene hilarious, because as his arm was burning and the ring was falling, Luna's eyes were just on the ring. It was like, this is the ring. She's like, oh my god. And then she sees Regis is about getting hit. She's like, look out, King. And I'm like, your brother just burned. Like, it was just hilarious. But in a way, I kind of see her point of view. Like, the important right now is that Regis was safe, but it was just hilarious. The brother was just, Rob was just screaming his fucking ass off. And yeah. So Nyx fights off Glauca for a bit, and then they go in the elevator. Oops, I forgot to mention that Lyridus also, after Crow died, he left the glaive because he's like, fuck it, Lucius killed Crow, so I'm out of here, and he joins these anti-Lucius people. But he finds his way back later because he realizes, you know, once a glaive, always a glaive. That's sappy shit. Anyway, back in the elevator, you know, Regis is talking like, you guys must leave, gives Luna the precious ring. This isn't, this almost... What? The edges of this ring make me think of Lucius' ring, but it's a Zelda ring. See, it's pretty awesome. Anyway, so he gives her the ring, and she's there. She's just so sad, and you could just see it. And Nyx is like, I can't believe you do this just for your own son. And he's like, I'm the fucking world, bitch. Of course, it didn't go like that. It was more professional, but I just like to exaggerate things. So they toddle on their way, but as they're going, Regis lets go of Luna's hand, puts up the barrier, and they watch him die. Brutally. Some say call it Arid style, but like, at least it wasn't all the way up from above, but still, you just watched the life drain out of his eyes, and I'm like, and before he died, he just told Luna, you should be happy, and I'm sorry, and I was like, And then Nyx with his little puppy dog face as he watched Regis die. I was like, don't worry, you'll get your revenge. You'll get your revenge, baby. So they're on the run, a crazy run, a car chase run actually. Since the king is now dead, Nyx does not have magic, so it's all just badassery from here for now, like without magic. Crazy car chasing scene. Luna even takes the wheel for a bit. Nyx trying to fight off. Some soldiers come to help. They get a little private time talking about, you know, the power of the ring. Nyx feels like he didn't do enough for his mom and sister who were killed. You know, all just beautiful, simple scene, and then boom, right back into action. And you know, Dratos informs them, hey, meet me in section D, you got the princess? And it's like, okay, bring the ring. As soon as he goes there, gets freaking shot in the chest like twice, 3 times, I don't know, I forget, but poor Nyx Bay. And then I think it was Luce who came and just kicked him in the shin, tried to get the ring from Luna, but then he stupidly put the ring on. He burns and is like, I'll just take that from your brooding corpse, thank you. Libertas comes in when Glocka tries to kill Nyx, and it is revealed by then that it is Dratos, that son of a bitch. And then so just all crazy here. Luna attempts to put the ring, but Nyx is like, you know what, no, you are not going to do that. He decides he's going to do it, but of course he talks to the kings first, and they say things like, you're not worthy, blah blah blah. He mocks them because he's fucking Nyx. Oh my god, he's awesome. What? Of course I get a call during this. Anyway, sorry. And you know, they were saying like, you have to sacrifice Libertas' life or Luna's, and he's like, no, bitch. And he goes off saying like, my life is nothing. And I'm like, your life is precious. But gosh, I swear to God that I just hear noises everywhere. It's okay, it's a normal thing. Anyway, so he decides to take the power, puts on the ring. He has Soldan, and he has amazing power now. And he tells Luna and Libertas to go as he gives Luna the ring. They escape in the car scene. Goes back and forth between an awesome fucking head-to-head battle between Nyx and Dratos, and Luna and Libertas trying to escape, and they're driving away, and it's just crazy because they could have died, but you know, they didn't. But in the end, Nyx defeats Glocka, quote unquote. I don't know. But Nyx fades away into ash as he says, real well, young king. And I'm like, bye, bye. That was so precious, and I can't. And then Libertas. Then it goes to Libertas and Luna talking about how we'll wait for Nyx. You know, we'll see you later. And it's like, sure. But then Luna leaves with the survivors of Lucius, and then it ends as such. Of course, there's an epilogue scene with, you know, Noctis and his friend talking about, haha, you're gonna get married, I hope she's not having her hopes up. Then the car breaks down, which many have already symbolized that is a symbol that Regis has died, since that is his car. But yeah, thanks, Heart. So, is this movie a good movie? Duh. Is this movie gonna haunt me for the rest of my life? Yes. Am I gonna watch this movie a million times? Already have. Am I gonna do it soon? Sure, why not? I've already watched it so many times to make icons, gifs, and all that shit because I am crazy. Like seriously, I just obsession. Like this is what you call obsession. I literally just printed this out so that I can have it, and that's so he could be in my room and be on my chest. But really, I talked too fast, and I was just giving a basic rundown of the movie. Of course, didn't say every part, but my overall review is that I thought it was a beautiful way to get you prepped into 15, as in for the sense of hype and, you know, showing what you have been missing since you're going to be taking Noctis's point of view. Of course, there's still many unanswered questions, but this was really just, like I said, to set up. This is what's happening during 15 in the beginning, and so that you know what went on when Insomnia finally falls. That, all that shit in Kingsglaive, that's what happened. So, characters. I thought characters were all great. Really, I thought they put a lot of effort into the glaive. Shouldn't have killed Crow. And of course, I wish they wouldn't have killed Nyx, but I guess, you know, for story purposes, it was meant to be good, right? No, of course I want him alive, but, you know, the fact that Tabata said that he'll maybe probably be mentioned, you made my heart, Tabata, you made it whole again. But then it breaks easily, because every time I see this movie, it just happens again. And of course, Luna, she was just so perfect in this movie. I love her design in this movie, and I love her voice in this movie. I really wish Lena Headey could do her in 15. I'm obsessed with, she's perfect. And Regis is such, he has a baby face. Everyone's good. Characters, flawless. Voice acting, I thought was very good. In my opinion, I'm glad they made Robbus British, because I thought, they're related, right? Why wouldn't he be British, even though he wasn't British when he was younger? But it's okay. But I just hope they get a more serious voice for Robbus. But I know it's pronounced Ravis, but I just say Robbus. Musica, of course, was glorious. Always made me hyped up and want to jump out of my seat, because I listen to the soundtrack on a daily basis. There's something on my fucking screen. What else? I also thought, and it's very hard for me to get into action, but they did very good with the action scenes transitioning, which is very important. I thought they just did that so well. I'm happy with this movie overall. I cried hard. I cried so hard for it. My heart still cries for it. I'm just a very upset little fangirl, as many of you are. But yeah, I don't know what else to say, but long live the Glaive. Long live Nyx and just my feelings. So I hope you enjoyed this. It was basically me fangirling. I don't even know if this was a review, but here's my face, and here's why I decided to roleplay as this beautiful man, because he's awesome and I love him. But really, thanks for watching.